Welcome to the CEO Launch Podcast.
We are a dynamic mother-daughter duo bringing you personality, insights, and practical advice from two different generations of entrepreneurship.
We aren't just mother and daughter. We are also best friends and business partners.
I've watched my mom help thousands of entrepreneurs start the businesses of their dreams, including me. And now it's your turn. Hello, CEO Launch family. We are super excited to have you back for episode 24. Like, we really did it, and we're going to keep doing it. Last week, we talked about how you get to define what success looks like for you. And this week, we're going to be talking about when you achieve those successes, you need to make sure that you're celebrating yourself in your business. So my girl is going to kick us off with a nice little story. Go ahead. Tell us about a time where you celebrated yourself in your business.
So I have to first start off by saying that I'm not always that good at this. This is something that I really have to work on. And it's twofold. One is I typically buy what I want. Like if I want something, I typically just buy it. The other part of it is sometimes I have a tendency to minimize my successes. So I have to kind of work on that. Last year, for the longest time, I have always wanted a KitchenAid mixer. Like if any of you know me personally, or if you follow me on social media, you know I love to cook and bake and all the things. I'm always love trying new recipes. You know what? My husband is the reason why I try so many recipes, because he is like, go, baby, go. He will eat anything. Like if I cook it, he's going to eat it. So he is my enabler. I have always wanted this KitchenAid mixer. And if anybody has ever priced that mixer,
it ain't $2.
Yeah, it's a pretty hefty price on this mixer. And so I thought like, okay, I could just set aside a couple $100 every month for a couple of months until I can get it. And instead of doing it that way, I said, no, you're going to earn this mixer. So I basically said, I like setting income goals. I am a numbers person. I follow that kind of stuff. Those are the kind of goals I set because I know if I reach the income, then I've reached the other stuff, the client acquisition and all of that stuff. And I know what I got to do to get those income goals. So anyway, I set an income goal for myself. And I said, when you get to this number, then you can go and buy your KitchenAid. I got my KitchenAid, y'all. But you know what it was? It was so motivating to reach those numbers. I was like, ooh, I'm almost there. Ooh, I'm almost there. I started looking at them. I started pricing them, picking out like, what color do I want? All of this other stuff. So yeah, as soon as I hit that number, I hit the button on that. But I think it's really important that we create goals. I love setting goals. Kenya can talk about her goals, you know, her whiteboards. I have whiteboards.
Right. I think for us, it's like we are very high achieving people. We go, it's like after one goal, it's the next goal and the next goal and the next goal. And we want to keep going higher and higher. And I think, like you said, the piece that happens is we minimize things right after. Like, remember when you did the TED Talk? And I was like, so what you gonna do to celebrate that you did this TED Talk? Because you have worked so hard to kind of get in this space. And you were like, I don't know. And I was like, girl, what? You need to figure something out. Like, we have to get out of the space where we're just achieving, and not taking a second to pause and like really bask in what this actually was. So I think rewarding yourself for the goals that you achieve is super important. And I had to start, I have adopted so many of your habits, but I'm like that too. Gifts is like my second to last love language because if I have the money, I'm going to buy it. It doesn't need to be Christmas, my birthday, none of that needs to happen. It will be November 11th and I will decide that I want to buy such and such and we'll go to Amazon or Fashion Nova or wherever it is that I want to purchase it and click buy. And so I had to slow myself down because it was a couple things that I wasn't good at tracking. I was not good at tracking my goals. So at the end of the day, I would talk to my person and he would be like, well, what did you do today? And I could not tell him. I'd be like, And then it's like, well, what was good about today? And I'd just be like, these are great questions. And I'll constantly have these days where at the end of the day, I don't feel accomplished despite doing a bunch of things, but it was because I wasn't good at tracking. I previously was not a very good list person. I went off of energy. And it was like, I feel like doing this, so I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that. And so I had to create a new system where it was like, I write out my day and I write out, these are the things that we want to accomplish today. These are the things that's going to make you feel good. These are the things that's even going to bring you joy and that you should be grateful for. So that when my day ends, I could look at it and I could be like, okay, we did do all of these things. We crossed every single thing off of the list. I do feel happy and joyful because of X, Y, and Z. And now I have a new system where I reward myself for doing certain things, especially things that I don't want to do. It's like, oh, you need to transfer all of your systems to this completely new system, and it's tedious and it's mundane and we hate it. But if you do that, you can buy a new whiteboard or ring light or outfit or what have you, and kind of attaching those things to it so that it feels like, okay, you did this. I'm proud of you for doing this. Now you get this extra thing.
Now you can get that.
And not feeling guilty about it because it's attached to something that I know that I accomplished.
And I have a whiteboard too. My whiteboard is not as extensive. So let me just tell you guys, Kenya, she kind of brushed over the fact that she has like a white wall.
Yeah. Walls, actually.
Yeah, she has walls. She buys the whiteboards and she has like walls of whiteboards. I have one little rinky-dink whiteboard that I use, and Kenya has like 8.
Yeah, honestly. Can I talk about my whiteboards real quick? Because I really love them. Okay, I'm just telling y'all real quick. So I have a big whiteboard for my ideas. I just got a new set of whiteboards for my quarterly goals. I have also a whiteboard on my door of all the things that I kind of want to accomplish over time. So I can always look at my door for reference. Then I have a small whiteboard on my desk that's for the specific things that I need to think about for the month. I have another whiteboard on my desk. That's my daily tracker with the things that I was talking about with goals and things. I have a whiteboard kind of adjacent to my desk. That one is about my different projects that I have coming up and things that I need to think about for the future. And then I have one under that particular whiteboard that kind of helps me track the month in a different way than my other monthly tracker does. Oh, and I have some in my room.
Did you all count that? Like how many?
I have some in my room. There's a thing that I need to do that me and my person have agreed that once I do this thing, he will buy me some other whiteboards that's related to fitness. So I just need to create some fitness goals. And once I achieve my fitness goals, then I can get some more whiteboards in my room. So I love them.
I'm not a whiteboard person. I have one whiteboard in my office. It's got my income goals on it. But one of the things that I did with my income goals, though, I broke them out. And I broke them down because I have a really big income goal for 2020 and I'm really close to meeting it. Well, actually, I already met the first one, so I made a new one. So anyway, I broke it down by weeks. So every week I know how much money I need to make, what my income needs to be at the end of the week. I love it. I love checking it off and saying, oh, I reached this goal on this date. So that's my whiteboard, and all the other stuff that Kenya has on her whiteboard, I actually have in Asana. So we got the same like tracking mindset, but we just do it a little bit differently. And so you probably have your own little way of tracking the things that you need to do and how you're going to be able to celebrate yourself in your business. And if you have something that we don't do, we'd love to hear about it. So just let us know.
Yeah, we definitely would love to hear about it.
So don't feel guilty about rewarding yourself. That's one of the things that I had to get. Not necessarily that I was feeling guilty, but I was feeling like I'm not a participation trophy kind of girl. Sometimes I feel like I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. And so why I need a reward for that? For me, I have to make sure that I distinguish between doing what's required and doing extra. For me, the rewards come when I do the extra. I don't believe in rewarding myself. I woke up today and I actually went to work. Well, sweetheart, that's what grown folks do.
Right. Let's get into these takeaways. I think it's important to know that it can't be all work. You do have to reward yourself when you do good things in your business, when you have milestones and achievements in your business. You have to create some type of system to reward yourself so that you can acknowledge those things and so that you can continue to feel motivated to keep pushing and keep going.
Yeah. And small wins matter. The second takeaway is small wins matter just as much as the big wins. So a lot of times in my Facebook group, I have the post on there and I call it #brag time. And this is our opportunity to kind of share with each other and celebrate our wins. And I encourage the members of the group to share big and small wins. Because listen, you're going to get a gift, you're going to get a yay or something. If you just say that I got up and I worked out 3 times this week, that's a win. Like, hey, we're celebrating all of the wins. And so big wins is important as the small wins.
They really are. And so our final takeaway is just that tracking your wins helps you kind of stay in the black mentally. It helps you know that you're on track and you're going towards things, because we all know in life and in business, there are those days where you just kind of are like, why am I doing this again? Or I don't feel like doing this, or what is the point of this? And it gives you those mental reminders of, no, but you're on track. Like, you're doing the things that are going to get you closer and closer and closer. And it also helps you reflect on where you were before
and how far you've come.
Those realizations are so important. It can be such small things, you know, like I remember I found the first logo that I created for Au Clair Vision. And I was just like, this is so ugly. It's hideous. The colors aren't it. The vision was there a little bit. It just wasn't what I was looking for. And now looking at my logo, I love my logo. It's exactly what I wanted to represent. I didn't create it. I was able to pay somebody to do it. And just kind of seeing those shifts of like, wow, we really started on Canva and moved to Photoshop by somebody else. And that made me feel good. So it's like creating those moments for yourself where you can kind of reflect and look back like, man, I really did this. And just recognizing that every day you move towards something. And because of that, you have to be celebratory about that.
I love that part about in the black, that accounting reference. Look at you. Look at you.
I try.
Yes, I like that. Hey, I think we are ready to wrap this one up.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys, so much for being here with us. And don't forget to celebrate yourself in your business. See you over in the group, the Efficient CEO Movement on Facebook, where we continue the conversation. We'll be back next week.
And don't forget to take off.
This is a Clairwood production.